We're good to go. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Nikon Iris Professional Photography Awards. This category that we're judging this afternoon is the Wedding Open category. And this category is sponsored by Edges Art and Framing. So they do some beautiful custom framing. They can frame anything. They can actually frame anything. Awesome. Fine art framing, service for photographers, gallery framing. They're based in Havelock North in the Hawke's Bay. And website is edgesworkshop.co.nz. So go check them out. We just saw a run through of all of the entrants for this award. And we're going to see a run through now of all the images that are going to be live judged today. Now, each entrant has 3 entries that are going to be live judged. So we'll put that up for you now. So as I said before, this is the wedding open category. I'm just going to read you a wee description of the category. So photographs that portray aspects of a genuine wedding and portray a wedding theme. Entrants must have been photographed at the client's actual wedding and may be photojournalistic, candid, posed, directed, or staged. There's an emphasis on reflecting moments, emotions, storytelling, and communication alongside creativity, the master of the craft, and attention to detail. Now, I'm just going to let each of the judges introduce themselves briefly so we all know who they are and where they're from. So, Johan, let's start with you.
Oh, great. I'm Johan. I'm based in Christchurch. I have been shooting weddings for about 4 years longer than Rocco. And it's a privilege to be going to weddings and be able to photograph them, but it's also a privilege to be here as a judge. I love judging. It's lots of fun.
Fab. Thanks, Johan. Jessica.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jessica Jones, not the Marvel, sorry. I have been shooting weddings for over a decade, and I'm down here in sunny Blenheim. Also wrote a book called The Unpretentious Guide to Wedding Photography, and I'm super stoked to be here.
Thanks, Jessica. Rocco, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. My name's Rocco. I'm from Melbourne, Australia, and I am a Grandmaster with 1 platinum bar with the IPP. Been a member with the IPP for 25 years and have been shooting weddings 4 years less than Johan. So I'm not going to give any numbers because it's a lot. I've been shooting weddings longer than I've been a member of the IPP, so work it out. I enjoy romantic evenings, slow walks on the beach, and New Zealand Pinot.
Awesome, thanks, Rocco. Jacinta.
Hi, so I'm Jacinta Dalban and I'm a photographer from Melbourne, Australia as well. I'm a family and portrait photographer and master through the AIPP and been shooting for about 9 years now.
Thanks, Jacinta. Catherine Williams.
Hey, I'm Catherine from Christchurch. Have a predominantly portrait studio, but for a long time predominantly weddings. I'm a Grandmaster of NZIPP, Master of the AIPP, and last year's New Zealand Photographer of the Year. Haven't photographed, I won't go into competition with Rocco and Johan, but I did pick up a camera at 15 and never looked back.
Thanks, Catherine. Justin, how you doing?
Good, thanks. How's it going, everyone? My name is Justin Aitken, a wedding portrait photographer in the beautiful Bay of Plenty of New Zealand. I am a Master of Distinction with the NZIP. And yeah, I'm super excited to judge this category and just to see all the creativity on offer.
Great, thanks, Justin. Aries.
Hi guys, I'm Aries. I'm based in Sydney, Australia. I've been shooting wedding portraits for last 13 years, which is 10 years less than Rocco. And that's pretty much it.
Thanks, Aries. Catherine Kashnak.
Hi everyone, Catherine. I'm a Wellington-based photographer, master with distinction of the NZIPP. Shot my first wedding in 2008. Haven't done quite so many in the last couple of years, but every now and then if there's one on a tropical island, I'll say yes. Current president of the NZIPP as well.
Great, thanks, Catherine. And I'm Kate Christie, who will be panel chairing this afternoon. I've probably shot 5 weddings. Not my thing. I'm a portrait photographer in Christchurch. I'm quite good at talking. Maybe that's why I do this. Right. I think we should probably just get into it. So our first judges today are going to be Jessica, Rocco, Johan, Jacinta, and Catherine Williams. So other judges can mute themselves and clear their screen. That would be awesome. Fab. Okay, ready to go. First image, please. Good, consistent scoring from the judges. We have a 73. Johan, do you want to give a couple of words, please?
Yeah, really like the idea. Because this is an open category, you can change things. I would have liked to have seen just those couple of bright bits right down the bottom of the guy's trousers and the woman's dress taken out. Would have just been less distracting.
Great. Thanks, Johan. Next image, please. And we have a score of 74. Rocco, do you like to say a couple of words?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the idea of this image. Beautiful tones, you know, well exposed. I think when you're going for something like this with symmetry, you need to get that symmetry spot on. It's a little bit off, so the spacing of the columns on the left-hand side outweighs what's happening on the left, and it's distracting. And then we have those doorknobs that just keep on, you know, bringing our eye to, so they actually have a lot of visual weight. So, but otherwise, pleasant image.
Thanks, Rocco. Next image, please. Lovely, consistent scoring from the judges. We have a 72. And Catherine, would you like to say a couple of words of encouragement, please?
Yeah, absolutely. The tonal handling of this is really beautiful. You know, we've got a real elegance in this bride. The line going right through her head in the background is a distraction for me. But yeah, it's, you know, there's definitely some beautiful bones in this image.
Thanks, Catherine. Next image, please. And we have a 71. Let's go to Jacinta. You say a quick comment. Oh, Jacinta, your microphone's off.
Okay.
Hello, there you go.
Hi. Beautiful moment. I just think it's overall, the tonal range is a little bit mundane, so it's quite dull. I think it needs a little bit more life to go with the motion that we've got from the bride and groom.
Thank you. Next image, please. Thank you, judges. We have a score of 73. Jessica, you got a quick word of advice?
Yeah, I really love this image. Look at the how all the colours match up, and they're all gaudy and deliciously wonderful. I guess just the bottom of the picture going through his head is a bit of a distraction.
Can I add something?
Oh, sure.
Sure. And I can see the photographer's reflection behind the man's head.
Okay. Thanks, Johan. Thanks, Jessica. Next image, please. Thank you, judges. We have a 73. Rocco.
Yeah, look, I really enjoyed the humour of this. The horse having a little bit of a laugh, and the gentle hand of the groom caressing the horse, and reflected in that beautiful expression. However, beyond that, as far as composition, it doesn't really work, and the lighting is quite harsh. So just a few things that just take your eye away from what the image should actually reflect.
Thanks, Rocco. Next image, please. Still very consistent from our judges. 74, this image scores. Catherine Williams?
Yeah, I love this wee moment. It's absolutely delightful. Children being children, I think it's been really well captured by the photographer. Potentially just we are losing a bit of detail in the girl's face on the right, and I would really like to see into that expression a little bit more, and possibly framing, just coming in a little bit on that left-hand side could have just helped draw the eye in nicely.
Thanks, Catherine. Great advice. Next image, please. Maybe just gonna copy and paste it. And we have a score of 76. It's a bronze award. Johan,
Yay.
you want to challenge this?
Oh, why not?
Why not?
Fantastic, very gentle, very caring montage. There's a lot of little elements that just come in that very gently just tell you about how they feel and just add to the love that they're expressing in the photograph, or the image. And it's just a very quiet moment. It's not vigorous, it's not energetic. And just in the expression as they look at each other, into each other's eyes, and they're looking at each other's eyes thinking, I really want to kiss you. And that's just happening in their heads, and that's just awesome. I gave it an 82. It's very imaginative, very creative. It's not a biggie, it's just trying to get something up into silver there. Yeah.
Rocco, I think you had your hand up. We can come to you too.
Yeah, totally agree 100% with everything that Johan said. But the two bottom corners just have so much visual weight to them, and it's so distracting. And the minute you take those away, and I just did that with my hands, the impact of this photograph goes up 100-fold, because then it's all about the emotion and the beautiful quiet moment that Johan was talking about. And I totally agree with that 100%. I think it's very well put together, but just in consideration, those two corners are quite distracting. But I'm listening and prepared to probably give it a few more points.
Thanks, Rocco. Jessica, you had something to say?
Just with the foreheads meet there, and the groom's face is just, it just feels pushed up against his forehead, his second head into the forehead, if that makes sense. It feels a little forced there, and I'd like to see a little bit more of his face up there.
Thanks, Jessica. Jacinta.
Yeah, just to add to, a question that I had, maybe Johan can address, is just the square that's on the bride's hairline down the base, which almost looks like a mobile phone, like reflection through her hairline, which my eye is drawn to. I don't know what it is, but that's where my eye is going. And just the line through the bride and groom's heads of the mountains in the background, so it's cropping straight through.
Right. I'm not sure what that rectangular dark object is. So I can't really give you a story about that one. The horizon line which goes through their eyes, is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, yeah. That sort of guides you through to their eyes, so that that's where you are. You look along the horizon and you just can't help but meet in the middle. The phantasial, it's a new word I've just made up, effect of the bright colours on the outside sort of give you that sense of flutter that you get sometimes when you're with somebody you really care about. So I'm happy to forgive that as a let's call it a distraction, Rocco. And then, you know, just that little dove of love down below, it's just awesome. It's just a very gentle moment. I'm not asking for a gold. I'm just asking for a nice, gentle little silver. Thank you very much. I've given it an 82.
Thanks, Johan. Judges, could you please all rescore? Johan, if you would put your same score in, please.
Oh, uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Have you done?
Yeah, nearly went wrong.
And yeah, good talking. Good talking. We're now sitting on a 79. So what this means is each of the judges needs to either decide whether this image sits in the bronze at a 79 or silver at an 80. So if each of you could please put in either 79 or 80. Woohoo! And we have a silver award.
Awesome.
Scoring 80.
Thank you, people.
Well done. Now we're just going to have a quick judge change. Catherine Williams, you can step off for a wee moment, please. Catherine Katanak, you could come back in or come in. That would be awesome. We're all there, ready to go? Perfect. Next image, please. Oh. We have a score of 78. And we're all happy with that. It's a bronze award. Congratulations. Jessica, actually, let's have a wee word from you.
I really loved this image. I sometimes with these images, when you're putting together something such a big deal as doing this, people can become a little bit lost in it, and I think your eye goes straight to them, and it's a believable moment in there, and I think that's lovely.
Thanks, Jessica. Next image, please. We have a score of 70 for this image. Catherine Katanak, a few words of encouragement for the photographer, please.
Yeah, well spotted potential here and beautiful light on the faces from the flames behind the cake there. I just find that with the guy on the left, I'm being drawn to him. He's quite bright, but also the other guy's looking at him, and then when I get there, his eyes are closed. So I feel a slightly missed moment here.
Thanks, Catherine. Next image, please. Should we take a wee break? This image has scored a 72. Jacinta?
Yeah.
Any words of advice? Thank you.
Quite creative. I just am not sort of believing all the bridal party in what they're actually taking part in, especially the groomsman with the red hair. I just don't feel that he actually wants to be taking part. So that sort of drew me away from the overall effect.
Thanks, Jacinta. Wonderful. Next image, please. Okay, who do you want? We have a bronze award at 77. Jacinta.
Yeah, let's have a talk about this. I scored this an 82. I just love the drama and the cinematic approach to it, plus the serenity of the overall feel. I think it's been really well constructed and put together. The only thing, I'll just address the things that probably held me off going further, was the reflection at the bottom, which possibly looks like a veil or something that's down near the bride. But overall, I just thought it had great impact. It's been well handled, beautiful tonal range, and I think it's sat well within the silver range. So let's have a chat.
Johan.
I gave it 70, and that's just because along the bottom, particularly in the left-hand corner, if you look at the clouds, there seems to be some sort of digital damage, like diagonal lines that seem to be going through the edges of them. And it's not in keeping with the rest of the image. You know, maybe I don't know. It just doesn't look right. And it looks, yeah. But you know, somebody tell me what they are and make it good. Then I'd be happy to go higher.
Thanks, Johan. Rocco.
Yeah, I also saw those Johans, and I have no idea what they are. But further to that, there's two images here. There's the top half of the image, which is a photograph in itself, and then you've got the bottom half. Now, if you crop out totally that top half, then we start to realize that this is a little bit more than what it actually is. And your mind starts to ask all these incredible creative questions, and the visual impact, once again, goes up 100-fold. So just thinking about, I don't know, just presenting something different here. Yes, but I'm struggling at the moment. The top half is distracting. The bottom half is not cohesive enough with some of the post-production, issues. So yeah, I'm kind of on. I'm on 77 because I feel that the photographer should be rewarded to some sort of level for going out on a limb and trying something different. But I don't know if it's a silver.
Thanks, Rocco. Anyone else before we go back to Jacinta for... No? Jacinta, take it away. It's all yours.
Yeah, I must admit I didn't see that digital problem down the bottom left-hand corner, but it also reflects too, I don't know if this is intentional because it's also in the centre of the image as well from the overall feel, so it blends well together with me. It's not just one corner. I do agree with Rocco in the top half. I also would have recommended cropping that out completely so it adds a little bit more impact and makes us think a little bit more on how it was processed. I just thought it was unique and a little bit different, and I thought it was well deserving of a silver, but if we can give it a few more extra points, that would be awesome.
Great, thanks, Jacinta. Judges, please rescore, and Jacinta, you put in your first score, please, the same score. And we have a 78. Bronze award. Congratulations. Next image, please. Thank you, judges. We have a 73. And Rocco, would you like to say some encouraging words?
Yeah, sort of. I appreciate the idea, and it's composed well, and the children. That's their expressions and their playfulness works really well within the picture. The bride and groom, though, the pose just quite isn't there for me. We don't see enough of the bride, and perhaps half a step of the bride to the left, where we can see more of her expression, and the groom then would have turned his head slightly. We would have had a little bit more connection, a little bit more of a story.
Thanks, Rocco. Now we're going to have a quick judge change. Could we please have Justin Aiken? Can you come in for Jessica? Jessica, take a wee break. Thank you. Thanks, Jessica. And Aries, would you like to come in for Rocco, please?
See you soon,
Thanks, Rocco.
guys.
We'll see you soon.
See you, Rocco.
Hi, Justin. Hi, Aries. Welcome.
Hi.
Hello.
You're all set?
All good.
Oh,
Someone.
Justin, actually, can you just take
Am I on the wrong cell, am I?
yeah,
Yep.
see, yeah,
Yeah, I got it.
yeah, good job. Perfect.
Yep.
That's it.
Sorry about that.
Actually take that,
Yeah.
yeah, take that score that you just put in, just take that out. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's it. Okay, because we're going to the next image.
Okay, cool.
All right, thanks, Justin. Next image, please. Oh, right. We have a score of 73. Thank you, judges. Catherine Katnick? Oh, sorry, Aries.
That's fine. No
Um,
worries.
Yeah, a lovely, gentle little scene. I'm enjoying all the shapes off the right and the shadows there. I just would have liked to see a little bit more connection between the couple. They feel very aware of the camera to me, so it's just got a little bit of stiffness there.
Thanks, Catherine. Next image, please. Thank you, judges. We have a 76.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, I'll challenge that.
Go, Catherine. You can challenge this.
So yeah, I gave this an 83. I feel like it's got a really strong graphic initial impact here. And I'm just really enjoying the little play on shapes with the big circle in the front. Looks like it has their initials in the center there. And then him and the arch on the right, and the way her veil extends that. I think it's so much more interesting to me with that veil coming out than if she had just been in her own simple little arch. The photographers matched the level of emotion between the bride and the groom. They're both grinning at each other, both lovely light on their faces. And, with all the black, I think the photographers presented us with something quite creative here. So, yeah, just like to just bump it up a little bit. We'll talk about that.
Thanks, Catherine. Who else would like to speak to that? Any of the other judges?
Don't mind talking.
Go, Justin.
Yeah, I guess I want to know why there's all the black. What is it doing for the image, and how's it adding value to the image? I'm listening. I'm listening. I don't know if it's quite in the silver range for me, but I am listening.
Johan.
Just a little thing. It's not a biggie. It's unfortunate that the horizontal line coming out of the bride's eyes kind of looks like a laser stare thing, and then the groom's got one coming out of his nose. They just sort of a little bit distracting. I love the shapes though. I gave it a 78. Keep talking, we might be able to go up.
Anyone else want to say anything? Or?
No, it must be back to you, Catherine.
Yeah, I mean, I think the black, Justin, is just what's giving this all the power and the impact for me, you know, and emphasising those cool shapes. And you know, I think the photographer's done a great job here with the negative space. The laser eyes. That's the laser eyes of love, Johan. I don't. She's channeling right into her lover. That's wonderful stuff. Yeah, just a low silver, guys.
Thanks, Catherine. Judges, please rescore. Catherine, keep your same score, please. And we have a score of 79. So this is going to go for a review. So judges, again, if you feel this sits as a bronze at 79, enter 79, or 80 if you feel it deserves a silver. Well done. Thank you, judges. Silver award. Scores 80. Well done. Great talking, guys. Next image, please. Johan, did you put your score in?
It's in there now.
Oh, there we go.
Sorry,
Hello.
my bad.
All good. 73. Some nice consistent scores coming through from our judges. Actually, Johan, would you like to say a few words?
Sure.
Thank you.
Really, I like the feeling in there. You know, there's a sense of hope and happiness. I would have liked to see less curtain. You know, if the curtain could have been just pulled away a little bit more, make more fun out of the balloon. Thank you.
Thanks, Johan. Next image, please. We have a score of 74 for this image. Jacinta?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Aries, I keep missing your hand. It keeps going off to the side and then it gets lost in the background thingy. Maybe.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's fine.
Who's talking? I'm confused now.
Oh,
am I doing a comment?
Yeah, no, do a comment.
Yep.
Thanks, Jacinta.
Okay. One thing firstly that held me back was actually the lighting on the bride's face. If you zoom in, she's got a really dark shadow cutting across her nose, which cuts her face in half. And also the groom's hand is quite lit and quite bright. I think it's too heavy on the bottom. I would have also cropped this as a panoramic. I think it would have had more effect. And also they're posing and it feels like he's leading her to walk with him, but then they're about to go off the cliff. So I don't think that posing sort of correlates with where they are at the moment.
Thanks.
Yeah, beautiful image.
Thank you. Next image, please. we have an initial score of 90 for this. Great scoring, judges.
Challenge, please.
Yes, Catherine, go for it. Thank you.
Yeah, so I gave this 96. I just went straight to gold distinction with this, which doesn't often happen. But, you know, this came up, and I think the immediate impact is just fantastic. You know, I just thought, wow. And then I came in there, and it's quite an unusual treatment. And for me, it's working on a graphical side of things, but it's also telling a really great story, even though they're just sort of etched out people. I'm just seeing so much fun and personality in there. Like, these guys are just really owning it. So it's telling the whole story of their bridal party, and then the two of them at the top, him just, you know, striking a pose, looking out there like Mr. Tough Guy, and her with her arm up in triumph. You know, this is, everybody's small, but it has so much impact. And I'm loving the way the photographer has sort of done the edging around each little frame to make them look like slate tiles or something. I think this is really very clever and very original. It's gone straight to gold, which suggests that, you know, you guys are in some sort of agreement, but let's just see if we can take it a little higher again.
Thanks, Catherine. Justin, do you want to say a few words to this?
Yeah, I'm going to come up. I'm glad Catherine spoke about this because it needed more time. I needed to give it more time. Initially, I was a bit unsure about all that space above. And then I actually thought that on the second row, the second ones from the ends were the same image. And I thought maybe that was a mistake. Maybe they haven't given it enough thought or they've rushed it. And then I looked in closer and they're actually very different. They look the same from looking from far, but when you zoom in, they're actually different. And it forced me to look at the rest of the rows, and I just started falling more in love with this image. And Catherine, thank you so much. Everything you said, the way that the tiles stand out, it's like a bevel, it's really awesome. And I think this image does deserve to go up.
Thanks, Justin. Jacinta.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love this. I'll definitely be coming up. There's just one thing that I wanted to see if we could talk about, because I think it's been intentionally done, but I'm trying to correlate the story that goes with it. If you go down 7 rows, I think it's 7 rows, and fourth from the right, the top part of the image is different to every other frame that's in there. And I'm wanting to know why, because obviously it's been intentionally done. But maybe if we can chat about it, because that may even add something else to the image. It looks like it could, I don't know if that's the bride or a bridesmaid sort of holding up the flowers going, yes, something like this. But it's obviously got a reason to it. So if any of us have any idea what it is, possibly, let's see.
Aries.
But it's the only one in the image that's
Yeah.
like that.
So I'm sitting somewhere in the middle. I'm sitting at 93. I'm not too far off. I do really want to. This creates initial impacts for me. I do really want to come up. I guess I have similar problem with Jacinta, which this is such a beautiful image comes with this unity, and there is a variety in the patterns. Number one is, as Jacinta mentioned, I'm not going to repeat her again. Number two is the majority of the bridal party consists of full body shots, right? Why would there be certain half body shots which breaks the pattern? I'm struggling to, is that intentionally done? Is there a narrative there? I'm struggling to get the story. So that's what keeps me from the gold distinction level.
Thanks, Aries. Anyone else want to say anything before we go back to Catherine? No. Or yours, Catherine. Oh, Johan, just in time.
Yeah, isn't it great that we get time to linger on this image, because it's quite a complex image. And I just want to sort of talk about those two things. One is how come full body and then 3/4 body and all that sort of thing. I think if it was all the same type of image all the way through, I'd easily just give it a boring old gold. But because we've got complexity that's been added into the image by the different framing and the different form, I think that merits sort of more thought, more words, more score. And if you look right in the very center, there's that image of the two of them together. And that's like a 3/4 photograph as well. And that's there for a reason, but they haven't made it, hey, look here. It's just there waiting to be found. And then the little bit of brickwork that's coming down above the bridesmaid with her arm up in the air, that puts it into a scene without sort of making it overtly obvious. And it makes us question why. So rather than having just a pretty pattern of the same image repeated over and over and over with different people, they've actually added personality, character, and a bit of form. And that makes it actually a more powerful art piece. So I love the amount of weight on the top and the bottom. It's an image to look at and enjoy over a long period of time. I didn't give it a gold to start with, and that's my very big bad, and I'm happy to come up with you, Catherine.
Great. Thanks, Johan. Catherine, it's all yours.
Thank you so much, Johan. Very well spoken. You know, I think we're looking at something super special here. Not only would this last a long time for this couple, but they could cover an entire wall with this. You could have this really huge and just continue to enjoy it. I feel like there is so much personality coming out, even just from these etching people. And they've got a very funky bridal party. They're obviously having a whole lot of fun and full of personality. And I think that the photographer has given them a really unique piece of art that reflects them. The one little thing you pointed out there, Jacinta, I think that is deliberate. As Johan said, it places it in a scene. And also the fact that it's on the one where the bridesmaid is actually almost pointing to it makes me feel that it's a super deliberate decision on the behalf of the photography here. So yeah, gold distinction. Let's do it.
Great. Thanks, Catherine. Okay, judges, re-enter your scores, please. Catherine, keeping your same. This is why this is so exciting. Oh, thank you, judges. We have a 96. Congratulations. That is a gold with distinction. We kind of need some sort of virtual clappy thing. That's really awesome. Well done. Yeah, Johan, that's it. Thank you so much. Now, with that, we're actually going to have a blank screen, please, Mike, and we're going to do a quick judge change and just all catch our breath after that one. Can we have, please, Rocco? Can we have you back in, Jacinta?
Mm-hmm.
Take a quick break.
Thank you.
Thank you for your awesomeness. Back. Hey, Rocco. Thank you. All right, we're all set again. Next image, please. Oh, is it too loud? Put it in the toilet. Aries, have you entered your score in? Thank you. We have a bronze award at 77. Beautiful, consistent scoring from the judges. Johan, would you like to say a few words, please?
Very highly energetic image. Maybe just a little crop on the right-hand side. Just get rid of that little dark thing that's coming in the white. Would have been added a little bit. I love the chips that are in the air. It's fantastic. Yeah.
Thanks, Johan. Next image, please. We have a 74. Thank you, judges. Justin, do you want to say a few wee words? Oh,
Yeah,
Aries,
yeah, happy to. Look, I guess the beautiful floral image on the top there, and I'm just wondering why it's not carrying on the very left pillar, and just a slight straighten. I just find myself wanting to slightly straighten this image a little bit to the left, and that little bit of light that's peeking through in the midway down on the left is just more. I keep going back to there, and I think that could have been, you know, in an open category taken care of.
Thanks, Justin. Actually, Aries, would you just like to say, because I feel bad, I keep missing your hand.
Oh, that's fine. I was just going to see, I saw similar things with Justin. I'll just say with this kind of architectural image, if you place your most important subjects in the center, it's better to be the whole image to be absolute in symmetry as well. Just crop slightly off the right-hand side, correct the perspective, and you're good to go.
Wonderful. Thanks, Aries. Great advice. Next image, please.
Kate? Kate?
Oh, Catherine, yes. Jacinta, do you want to pop back in? Catherine, you step off for this one. Thank you. Thank you, judges. We have a score of 74. And Johan, would you like to say a few words, please?
I'm finding the contrast quite heavy in this rather lovely image. I like the framing, I like the elements that lead us up to the bride, but I just find the contrast a little severe.
Thanks, Johan.
Cool.
Catherine, do you want to come back in? Thanks, Jacinta. There she is. Thank you. Next image, please. Thank you, judges. We have a score of 80. And Catherine Katanak would love to challenge that one.
Right. Yes, I went to 94 on this. I've given it a gold. Again, really strong initial impact. I think this is outstanding mastery. Colourful, it's sort of got that energy of a good wedding here, and it's got this lovely little story. So the backlighting's working well there for me. The little umbrella taking you through this, it's like raining balls of colour all over them, leading them through the lovely little slope, you know, that they're kind of moving through life here. I'm getting quite a lot of story. I feel like they've been nicely isolated against this background. You could just make a massive poster out of this one as well. It's just, yeah, I'd really like to talk a wee bit more about this. I think it's been a bit robbed down on 80.
Thanks, Catherine. Who was putting their hand up? Aries, there you go. Thank you.
Yeah. So I'm actually sitting at the lower end for following reasons. Number one is the lighting. I guess in terms of lighting, that when you light the couple to cut the silhouettes, which that's fine to lead the highlights on the umbrella actually takes the attention away. I guess the lighting with a grid that will actually help the focus light being on the couple. Number two will be the posing. If you turn the bride's tail towards the groom, that will more emphasize on her feminine shape. That would actually complement her form as well. So that's why it takes. But I'm definitely coming up. I actually missed the story. Thanks, Catherine, for bringing that up.
Thanks, Aries. Justin, was that your hand?
Yeah, I'll have a little word. This is just a visual feast, isn't it? It's like, I feel like I'm a kid and my parents have opened a giant packet of Skittles and it's just dropped down on my head. Look, the only thing I think I'm kind of in agreement with Aries. The other thing, there's a few little areas that are catching my eye, just little white bits in the yellow in the top left. I do find that on the branch, there's a bit of a difference if you zoom in. It's quite grainy where the couple are. And then as you move along, it smooths out quite a lot. So I guess I was looking for that consistency there. I'm going to come up. I'm going to definitely come up. I'm going to have to hear a little bit more to go to gold though. But yeah, look, I'm listening. I'm definitely listening.
Thanks, Justin. Anyone else before we go back to Catherine? We're all good?
Yeah, so I'm good, yep. So I feel like those highlights in the brolly areas are working really well because that umbrella would have been totally lost against the blackness without them. The umbrella is really part of the story here, that he's shielding her from the rain and they're going on this really fun adventure. I feel like the grain that you mentioned, Justin, on the branch, that is totally in keeping with the treatment of the rest of the image here as well. And you're coming into the detail all around the couple where the raindrops become a lot more defined there. So I feel it's quite cohesive. Yeah, I love what you said about it's like kid in the candy store, bridal couple in the candy store. You know, there's so much fun and celebration in this. To me, the bride is plenty feminine enough. You know, they're small enough in the frame that doesn't have to be absolutely perfect there. So maybe I'm still on gold. I'm very happy with my gold, but let's get this up into silver distinction. I'd love you to join me in the 90s though.
Thanks, Catherine. Judges, please rescore. And we have a score of 85. Silver award.
Silver
Well
distinction.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Sorry, yes. Silver distinction.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, judges. Next image, please. Score of 71. Thank you, judges. Aries, would you like to make a wee comment on this one?
Maybe just because the back on the right doesn't really help with the image to deliver the emotion that the maker wants to show. Maybe just crop tighter right into the couple. That would actually help.
Thank you, Aries. Now we're going to take a little break and Michael is going to play us a slideshow. So judges, you can take a little break, get what you need for the next bit. thank you for your sponsorship. You can check them out at edgesworkshop.co.nz. Now, wants to go and check them out. They are based in Havelock North in the beautiful Hawke's Bay. Can we have a blank screen, please, Michael? I'm just going to read out some things. For those of you who are new to watching the awards, just going to read out the scoring range. Also, because I got it wrong just before, so it also helps me. So images scored in the 75 to 79 range receive a bronze award, 80 to 84 a silver, 85 to 89 a silver with distinction, 90 to 94 is a gold, and 95 to 100 is a gold distinction. Hopefully that helps everybody know what we're talking about. Right, we're going to do a judge change. Which one? Catherine Williams. Catherine Williams, can you please come in for Johan? Johan, thank you for your awesomeness. You can go for a wee break. Till next time. You could just walk backwards and fade into the background. That'll be funny. Oh, you did too. Funny him. All right. You all ready to go? It looks good. Actually, I just want to say thanks to Michael. Michael was somewhere in New Zealand doing all the stuff in the background. Thanks, Michael. You're awesome. I know he can hear me, but he can't reply. And I know he's going, thanks, Kate. Anyway, Michael, can we please have the next image? Thank you. Aries, we're just waiting on your score to come through. Thank you.
Sorry, I thought I have entered.
That enter key. It's a tricky one. And we have a score of 72. Thank you, judges. Catherine Katanek, would you like to play a wee? I heard their hand up. Aries, are you putting yours up?
Yeah. Do you want me to talk?
Yes, yes, please. Sorry.
All right. So in this kind of image, just be careful with your lighting. If we look closely into the image, we'll find the bright scum, especially the upper bit, is already lost in the details. And if we look into their face, you will see the unevenness. So maybe just consider refine your lighting a bit. That will make the image even stronger.
Thanks, Aries. Next image, please.
Michael, have we got them?
Is that the next one, Michael? Down 26. Can we have a blank screen, please, Michael? Judges, can you just please take those scores out? We'll just fix a wee technical issue momentarily. So actually, while we're just sorting out a wee technical issue, someone's just handed me a bit of paper. Some fun facts about some judges. I have one here about Mr. Justin Aiken, since he's right there. I know. I didn't write this. I don't know where this came from, but anyway.
I'm scared.
So, according to this, Justin Aiken, crazy passion for music, especially guitars, enjoys cooking, but eating a lot more. So that's good.
That's true.
That. But this bit here is particularly interesting. Watching movies when Peppa Pig is not on. So Peppa Pig, Justin, do you want to elaborate on that at all?
Yeah, I have 3 kids that, well, they don't actually watch Peppa Pig anymore. That's a little bit old since I wrote that, but they still watch a lot, and which still limits me from watching my movies. But yeah, I have 3 kids. At one stage, they were all under 5, so Peppa Pig was on a lot.
Yes, and I can even concur with that. And George is also involved in the Peppa Pig family.
Yeah, it's scary when the kids start talking with the accents as well.
Oh, too scary, too scary. All right, we're back on board. Thanks, Michael. Could we please have the next image? Aries, it might be that enter button again.
Yep.
Oh, there we go. Thank you. This image scores a 71. Aries, would you like to say anything to the photographer? Some words of advice?
Maybe get a bride to look into her mother or grandmother rather than interact with each other to get emotion flowing rather than looking to the camera or looking to different directions.
Fabulous. Thanks, Aries. Next image, please.
Can I set up just for this image, please, Kate?
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Thanks, Justin. Jessica, would you like to pop back in, please?
Yep.
Justin, just turn your mic off and your screen off, or your video off. That'd be awesome. Thank you.
Hey, it is.
Oh, there she is. Thanks, Jessica. There we go. And we have a bronze award at 78. This image scores a 78. Aries, yes, you can challenge that.
Yeah, I think I have to challenge this one. Yeah, I just quite enjoy the geometric shape and repetitive pattern in this image. If you look at the silhouette in between the couple and the silhouette of that cave, then you will see its repetitive patterns there. And if you look at the lights and shadows, now they are almost mimicking the same pattern. It's just amazing. And without the birds, the image will be a bit static to me. But with the birds flying, almost mimic flying in their hearts, it just gives me this sentimental feeling. So if not coming to the silver distinction level, I encourage you guys to reconsider this and maybe give this a couple more points.
Thanks, Aries. Who else would like to say a few words to this? Maybe we'll come to Rocco. Thank you.
I also appreciate the framing and the bird. I think they work really, really well. The framing and composition I find a little bit jarring. There's that huge rock on the left-hand side in the top corner, which for me is carrying a lot of visual weight. So our eye kind of keeps on going to this massive dark area on the bottom, and then you go up and you're just stuck with the rock. And then as you move, yeah, you do find the bride and groom, but then you find a lot of other things that take your eye away. Perhaps a square crop in this might have worked better, but compositionally, I don't think it's quite there for me.
Thanks, Rocco. Catherine.
Yeah, I scored this 82. I would love to see this as silver. The level of detail and richness through those rocks I find quite exquisite. When you get in close to this couple, you're not disappointed. I see genuine connection in there, and just a really nice amount of detail that balances out with what we're seeing in the rock. I actually really enjoy this composition. I think it's quite brave to include that top piece of the rock, and I think that adds to making them look really small. I feel like cropping a little closer would have been a little more obvious, but I really applaud keeping that piece of rock up high there. I think it works really successfully.
Thanks, Catherine. Jessica, is your hand up? No, you're just...
I'm just cropping.
Oh, you're just cropping. Good. All right, looks like it might be back to you, Aries, for a right of reply.
Yeah, look at the lighting, shadow details, look at the composition, look at the repetitive pattern. It's just great imagination skills. If this, maybe let's just consider going a couple points up. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, judges. Please re-enter your scores. Aries, you keep the same score, please.
Yeah, sure.
Fabulous. And we have an 81. Congratulations. That's a silver award. Well done, judges. Well done to the photographer. And next print, or even image. Next image, please. Oh, just. And we have a score of 81. That's a silver award. Catherine Williams.
Yeah, I gave this, I gave this 92. I really, this shot intrigues me. It totally intrigues me. There is so much interest in each of these faces, and they look so uninterested in what this guy on the mic is saying, which fascinates me in itself. When I go in there, the level of detail in these faces is really wonderful. You know, I can see all the textures through the beards and the hats, and you know, I'm just very intrigued to the interplay that's going on here. Really loving the amount of detail in this front curtain, and then the curtaining at the back, the choice of the panoramic framing, this sort of whole Last Supper type feel that we get with this. And then just the, you know, nearly entire, you know, the black on the white, the level of contrast and all the little details, you know, just really finessed beautifully.
Thanks, Catherine. Jessica.
I love this. You can never have too many fluffy hats in one photo, right? I love it. It's I think one of the things that I am, after looking at all the faces and the wonderful hats, just there's a wee triangle right on the left that's just coming in, and I would just love to see that not there. Can anyone else see that?
Thanks, Jessica. Aries, you wanted to say something?
Yes, guys, if you zoom right into the fourth person from the right, you'll see he's sharp, and though his hat is not. And comparing with other people, people sitting on the table, they are actually slightly blurred comparing with the person I mentioned. So my guess would be the shutter speed. This could easily be fixed by off-camera lighting. So that's why that keeps me from the silver range.
Thanks, Aries. Anyone else before Rocco? Is that your hand? Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I enjoyed the expression. I enjoyed the story, but for me, technically it just doesn't hold up. The sharpness actually falls off, and the last person on the right-hand side is actually not sharp at all. And then also in this category, you can take things out. There's a little thing that just touches the edge of the frame on the very right-hand side, and your eye keeps going to it. As you come to the end of the table, you pick up this little dark bit on the white tablecloth and you go, okay, I'm going to look at that again. And then I go back, I'm going to look at that again, because it's just the way your eye goes. But I do appreciate the story, and I think it's it's well done otherwise.
Thanks, Rocco. Back to you, Catherine, for right of reply. Thanks.
Okay, so yeah, I concede you're correct about the sharpness, and that makes me a little bit sad. However, I love the story. I love the tones we're seeing in here. I'm absolutely loving the moment, all the interplay between these faces. I definitely weave in between these faces backwards and forwards, and for that, maybe we can't go as high as a gold. I appreciate that now, but I'd love to see it come up a little bit higher than it currently sits for what it does bring us, and it is quite different and innovative to other things that I've seen.
Thanks, Catherine. Judges, please rescore. And we have an 84. Thank you, judges. Silver award. Well done to the photographer. Now, Justin, would you like to come back in, and Jessica, you pop off again. Thank you, Jess, for coming in. And next image, please. We have a score of 75, bronze award. Congratulations. Who would like to say Catherine? Thank you, Catherine Williams.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to love about this photograph. It's beautifully well seen. What would have brought it higher for me would be bringing that couple closer together. I want to see real, genuine, passionate intimacy there, and bringing them closer so that he's not bending in would have helped that along.
Thanks, Catherine. Next image, please. Aries, yes, you can step off. And could I get Johan just to pop back in? Johan, are you around? Is Johan there? Maybe not.
I think I've been taken off for some reason.
Oh, is that you, Johan?
Yes. Won't let me start video. You can't start your video because the host has stopped it.
Oh,
Mike.
Poor Mike. It's hilarious.
Thank you. Thank you, host.
Thanks, Michael.
Scoring. Sorry, just getting to scoring.
Are you good, Johan?
Ooh.
That's right, you've got time. We have an initial score of 89.
Challenge.
And we've got Catherine Katanak is going to very much challenge this one. Thank you, Catherine.
Certainly am. So I gave this a 97 gold distinction. this just popped up and my jaw dropped, and wow, absolutely stunning, magical fairy wonderland image going on here with beautiful, beautiful graphic shapes and swirls. I feel like the bride is really beautifully positioned within this, and the mastery that this photographer has shown us to get her looking just so stunning. She looks perfect. She's posed just like a fairy princess. The swirl of the dress coming down behind her like water there, it's so delicate. And your eye just keeps going round and round this image and right back to where the photographer wants it. And I'm really having trouble faulting it. So hence the gold distinction.
Thanks, Catherine. Let's go to Justin. What do you think about? Let's have a few words from you.
Yeah, I scored at 83. I'm prepared to come up. I don't know if it's quite gold, and I'll give you the reasons why. There's two main things. Number one, just the highlights above her head. I feel like there's a little bit of a loss of detail there. If you zoom in, and again, in the open category, I feel like that could be taken care of. And just secondly, like this is visually beautiful. It's ethereal, it's lovely, but she's in a giant crevasse, and then she's looking up at us, smiling. And I guess I just question the believability of that in the environment. I don't really have much more to add to it. I am listening, and I think I will come up to distinction, but I'm gonna have to hear a bit more to go up to gold.
Thanks, Justin. Catherine Williams, you had your hand up.
Yeah, okay, so I gave this 88, and I'm in support of it going a little higher. Where I held it back from gold was a couple of small things, the highlights that Justin's talked about, the blob of light, the little light patch right up the top, and then also the bottom right. However, so the bottom right where we've got this sort of chunk of ice that's sort of drawing the eye. However, she is looking up because she's the snow queen, she's the ice queen. Like, there's many reasons, and she looks right into the camera, and it works having her look at the camera because of that. I can't, looking away wouldn't really fit in this. For this, the technical challenges of this and what has been achieved is amazing, and the palette is really beautiful. The blues that we're seeing, the way the dress flows into almost like it's part of that ice. It is a very sophisticated piece of work.
Thanks, Catherine. Anyone else before we go back to Catherine Katanak for right of reply? Everyone else is happy to listen? Okay. Take it away, Catherine.
Oh, thanks, guys. Yeah, well said, Catherine. I don't find those blown highlights distracting at all, and I think it's just because they are in the area where the photographer wants you to look, and then for me, they're not competing. They're taking me to where the photographer wants me, which is on that bride. As you say, Catherine, total snow queen. She's looking at us. This is believable for me because for me, she's just completely owning that space. If she was looking off, that would be quite concerning because she's heading down the crevasse. But she knows she's in a beautiful space. She knows she's looking beautiful. She is trusting her photographer to light this like they have to make it just even look more stunning. This is her queendom, her kingdom. It's absolute technical achievement. I see what you mean about the tiny wee highlight at the top. So, okay, gold then, maybe not gold distinction, but this is amazing work, real outstanding mastery, and we need to reward that.
Thanks, Catherine. Judges, please rescore. And we have a 93. Congratulations, gold award. Well done. Thank you, judges. Can we have a blank screen, please? We're just going to change a few judges around. Jessica, can you come, Justin, can you hop off again, bring Jessica back? And we got Catherine Katanak. Do you want to have a wee break? And Jacinta, you come back on. And Aries, hang on, put that one off. Oh, we're swapping those two. Oh, yeah.
You want to be back or?
Yes, Aries, you come back.
Okay.
Johan, you can hop off again for a wee minute. Oh, sorry, you had that sorted. Thank you. All good. Thank you, judges. Next image, please, Michael. Thank you. Okay. We have a score of 72. Nice consistent judging from our panel of judges. Thank you. Rocco, would you like to just say a few words of encouragement?
Yeah, it's enjoying the expression, enjoying the moment. Didn't really know what else you could do to this to make it award. I mean, the highlights are a bit bright, and your eye keeps going to them. And you've got the car in the back cutting through the bride's head, so there's a lot of distractions. But it's a nice, wedding picture, nice wedding moment.
Thanks, Rocco. Next image, please. Oh, and we have a score of 72. Thank you, judges. Aries, would you like to say, yeah? Thank you.
I think it's a very very quiet moment, and by looking at the dog, we can almost feel how she feels. It's right, the pug's sitting there so calm and so relaxed, so we can feel the personality of the bride. So that's why I give it a bronze level sort of award.
Thanks, Aries. Next image, please. We have a bronze award at 77.
Yep.
Aries, yes, you can challenge that.
Challenge? Yeah.
Yes.
So, by looking to the hands, you see a girl that's so young and then growing up to her young age, getting married. That's the hands which is holding the bokeh. Then slightly get age, that's the hands becomes the mother, which is holding the hands of the bride. And then get old, which is hands on the right, with wearing the watch. So that's the hands of a woman. That's not only a bridal party. That's a heritage of a family. That's a lady's life. That's what I see. So for that story, if that's the intention of the maker, I encourage you guys to bring this to the silver range.
Thanks, Aries. Jacinta.
Yeah, I enjoyed the moment too, Aries, and I love the positioning of the hands and the flowers sort of framing her. It's just that tree on the far left and the repetition of the dress with the lady in black. It looks like it was sort of holding me back a little bit, but I could probably come up with a few more points.
Thanks, Jacinta. Anyone else want to comment before we go back to Aries for right of reply? Nope, looks like it's all you, Aries.
Yeah, Jacinta, I agree with you for the cropping. Let's just, I'm taking 17%, 17 points off from the 100. So I guess just for the story or, for the narrative, maybe let's just consider silver level.
Thanks, Aries. Judges, could you please rescore? and it's gone to an 80. That's a silver award. Congratulations. Thank you, judges. Can we have a blank screen, please? Just going to change out some judges. Could we have Johan come back in for Aries? Thank you, Aries, for your words.
Thank you.
You're awesome.
Disappearing.
Disappearing. Yeah. Funny. You all need to do that now, right? Every time. All right, next image, please. We have a score of 71. Thank you, judges. Can I go to Jessica for a wee quick word?
Yeah, it's a lovely image. I find the sepia tone a little bit distracting for me, and I'm a little bit worried about them falling off, to be honest.
Thanks, Jessica. Next image, please. We have a bronze award at 78. Catherine, you'd like to challenge that, Catherine Williams?
Yeah. I scored this 87. Very innovative shot. The color palette we're looking at is quite lovely. Very soft sort of pastel palette. There's a level of detail to this. The look on her face is quite exquisite. It feels very genuine and real. And to achieve something like this under these circumstances and to have that expression, to me, it feels this photographer has a very good command of the subject that we're looking at here. And then we've got these little details, the little splashes of water that we're looking at, and then the bird coming in. It's working really nice compositionally as well, and well handled.
Thanks, Catherine. Jessica, got your hand up?
Yeah, it's quite a gripping image, actually. The longer you look at it, the more you see and the more questions you have. Why is she lying in the water? And what were those splashes caused by? Why is the bird missing a foot? I suppose he's not going to tell us. I guess I love all those aspects of it. I think the one thing that distracts me is the hair coming up on her face isn't quite as believable, because I would imagine that would kind of fall down towards the water, not up towards her mouth. But
thanks, Jessica. Rocco.
Yeah, there's a beautiful palette and beautiful control of tones in this image. I guess for me, I'm struggling with the posing of the bride's right arm. It kind of disappears into the water and kind of almost looks amputated. And also, when you kind of look at it a little bit longer, and I start to sort of struggle with the narrative. We've got this bird, which is a seagull, which is by nature a scavenger bird, and all I picture is me at the beach with hot chips and the bird trying to get them, and I'm getting lost in that somehow. I'm not quite understanding the bird story.
Thank you, Rocco.
Yeah.
Any other judges want to make a comment before we go back to Catherine? Jacinta.
Yeah, just one more thing to add where it sort of dragged me down a little bit is just the post-processing around the bustier. Sort of like we're getting blue tones over her bust, and we can see through her dress the underlays under her dress on the top, which is something that probably could have been fixed before shooting and in post.
Thanks, Jacinta. Catherine, back to you.
I wish I could help with the narrative, and I can't because I do feel there is a definite air of mystery around this. It has a feel of almost that. It almost feels like we're looking at a commercial image, not a wedding photo, and I applaud that. I think this is quite innovative to see. I'm really enjoying the palette we're seeing, enjoying the movement of the hair coming up over the face. Feels like it mirrors the water that is also coming up. So there's a really nice unity that we're seeing here to complete it.
Thanks, Catherine. Judges, please rescore. Catherine, you're keeping the same score. And we've landed on a 79. So judges, you need to decide whether you feel this is a 79, a bronze, or an 80, a silver. And it's a 79 bronze award. Thank you, judges. Next image, please. We have a 75. It's a bronze award. Congratulations to the photographer. Johan?
Yeah, I'll go. Yeah. I gave it an 86, and I wouldn't normally do that, but it just felt so right. The complicating issues are the things that make it really interesting. The grass coming up out of the bottom of the window, the tree coming in the top. It just frames them quite beautifully with nature. The sky they've chosen for a background is ideal. It reminds me of an old Western, and it's just the style of the hair, I think. And the framing around the people is great. I love the little bit of branch that just comes in over the guy's head. It sort of almost says, look down here. And the degree of separation is just enough that they can breathe in each other, but they haven't joined noses where it starts to look a little bit awkward. Yeah, I just love the graphic nature of it, and I've given it an 86.
Thanks, Johan. Jacinta. Oh.
Yeah, I appreciate everything that Johan has said. I think where I was struggling is the bride's neckline. Like her neck actually looks quite wide compared to what it probably would normally be, and that could possibly be with her hair and everything, but I just think that she's arching too high. It's not giving her the femininity that I'd like to see. And just around her hairline, I've got a green line, and her neckline, I've got a red line, which sort of took me back a little bit. And above the archway, that triangle with that bright highlight is where my eye is going. So I'd probably remove that element.
Thanks, Jacinta. Catherine?
Yeah, I'm sort of sitting. I'm on 70. I could bring it up a little bit. In an open category, I would have loved to have seen the amount of dirt that is on the windows just be tidied up. There's all sorts of bits and pieces going on there, and it's just really stopping me to elevate it higher.
Thanks, Catherine. Jessica, do you want a quick word?
Yeah, I would like to see more of the groom's back. I think he's smushing into the frame a little bit.
Thanks, Jessica. Johan, back to you.
A lot of things said there. The highlight at the top, I noticed that, and I thought, oh, do I like it or not? And then I thought, yes, I like it because it's pointing up, and it says things can only go up from here. The dirt on the windows, it sort of coincides with the fact that there's grass in the windows as well. It sort of adds to the roughness and the rawness of it. Yes, it could have been taken out. I'm going to say that the photographer decided to leave it in. The arching of the neck, she married a taller guy. So that's probably going to happen a lot for her. In terms of losing the guy's shoulders into the back of the window, I'm okay with that because it allowed him to be positioned in the position he is while he's leaning over. If he'd been moved in slightly, say they'd moved closer to the window or whatever, so that you could see him and her, they wouldn't be framed so compactly, and then his position also would perhaps not be where it is, and he'd be dominating the picture too much. So I think by minimalizing his shoulders, the photographer's done him a favor. What else did I have written down? Dirt highlighting in the arrow. Okay, that was it. I've given it a distinction. I'm just asking you to come up some and take it somewhere else besides just a 75.
Thanks, Johan. Please rescore, judges. And we have a solid bronze on 78. Thank you, judges. Well done to the photographer. Congratulations. Next image, please.
Oh.
And we have a score of 90, which is a gold award. Congratulations. Johan, you've got your hand up.
Am I allowed to challenge? I am, because it's gold.
Absolutely.
Yeah. 90 is good. I gave it a 93 and was possibly being a bit mean. And because every point counts, I'd like to put in even an extra few points from everybody if we can. The narrative for this photograph is very, very simple. The guy with the butterfly mask is saying, am I the only sane one around here? And it's as simple as that. Great. It's beautiful. It's so fun. It's ironic. It's great. Yeah. I'd like to hear from the naysayers.
Thanks, Johan. Catherine Williams.
Totally not a naysayer here. I'm 93 as well. I also feel like I may have just held back too much. I'm crazy about this image. It is wild. I want to be at this party. It just looks like so much fun being in this crazy corner. And each of these personalities here stands in their own space. And oh my gosh, there's so much story, and the way it's handled, the level of technical ability here is incredible, and the toning that has been given to this that gives it that real sort of silvery feel is quite beautiful and quite elegant for such bizarre content.
Fantastic. Thanks, Catherine. Rocco?
Yeah, I was one of the low scorers at 90, and but I'm happy because I can change my score. The brilliance of this picture is in the emotive response. I should say the immediate emotive response it gives the viewer. The minute I saw this, I had a chuckle, I had a giggle, and then I start to see all these different scenarios in my own head, and that's the power of it, you know. So when we talk about visual communication, this is it. This is brilliant because it evokes emotions in us, and it has to be rewarded accordingly, I'm afraid.
Thanks, Rocco. Back to you, Johan.
Okay, can I ask everybody to help me out because I'm not allowed to lift my score to where I want it to be? This is a great image, a great narrative. It's strong, it's crazy, and it's well toned. Yeah.
Thanks, Johan. Judges, please rescore. And we have a 95 gold with distinction. Well done, judges. That's awesome. Great chats. Nice, Johan. Next image, please.
Ooh, can I step off for this one?
Absolutely. Thanks, Jacinta.
Thank you.
Actually, Catherine Cadnack, are you there? Can you pop in for Jacinta?
Yep.
Thanks, Catherine. Jacinta, just
Oh, yes.
video, love. Yeah. And you mute yourself too. Thank you. We have a 73.
Yeah,
Thank you,
can I
judges.
challenge?
Yes.
Yeah, so I gave this 78 because it kind of made me snort when it came up. You know, it's pretty amusing, the onesies, but what I'm enjoying about it is this is like the onesie boy band, you know, album cover, well, with a girl in there as well, but you know, it's like they're going for the album cover shot. It's got a lot of humor in it, a lot of good color, and I'm enjoying the expressions. I feel like the first three are quite nicely committed, and then the guy who's lucked out and got the leopard print onesie at the back, and there's just the slight raised eyebrows going, really, do we have to do this? You know, I think the photographers framed them quite nicely against the red. I do think there's perhaps a little bit too much at the top, so I'm only just talking a bronze, but you know, it's an amusing image, and yeah, I think it deserves a bit more consideration.
Thanks, Catherine. Jessica, do you want to say something too?
Yeah, I really enjoyed this too when it came up. Yeah, I would agree with you on the space at the top. I think it's a little distracting, and I think the guy at the front has just that white panel is quite bright. But yeah, no, I'm happy to go up a couple of points because I think it's quite cool too.
Thanks, Jessica. Catherine, looks like it's back to you.
Yeah, I think he's brighter. He's not actually blown out, but you know, that's your groom, and the position, the photographer has positioned the people so that, you know, that is the one that he wants, or he or she, sorry, wants your attention on. So that's working for me. So yeah, let's just reward this with a little gentle bronze.
Thanks, judges. Please rescore. And well done. We have a 75 bronze award. Congratulations. Can we have a blank screen, please? We're just going to change a few judges. Rocco, do you want to take a wee break?
Yep.
Thank you. Catherine Cadnack. Oh, can you come back?
Yep. I'm here. Sorry.
Yeah.
Having trouble with my button. There I am. Yep.
Oh, there we go. And Jacinta.
Am I coming back? Yeah.
Yes, please. Thank you. Great. All ready? Next image, please. We have a 74. Catherine. Catherine, sorry, who had their hand up? I did miss that. Oh, Jacinta, it's you. Yes, you can go.
Beautiful brides at a classic shot. I think what held me back from going higher was just the grey tone through the bride's neckline. And I don't know what's happened to her hairline, but her hair, but we're losing detail. It looks like she's got sort of grey hairs or white tones through her hair along with her eyelashes. So just finer details like that and just watch your highlights.
Great advice. Thanks, Jacinta. Next image, please. And we have a score of 76.
Yeah, challenge.
Okay, thanks, Catherine. Away you go.
Yeah, so I gave this 84. Just want to talk a little bit more about this one. I think this has got that wow factor when it first rolls around, you know, the beautiful warmth and richness to it. And I'm loving the depth added by having the bokeh at all the different sizes. It just sucks you in there. And then you get to the cooler light on the couple, which isolates them beautifully. Nice reflection going on. They've been well framed here. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like maybe a little bit higher than a bronze, really.
Thank you, Catherine. Any other hands up for this one? Maybe we'll go to Catherine Williams.
I scored the 72. The elements are really fighting each other here for me. There's really enjoying the different layers, but the trees and the elements that are sitting in behind the trees are quite distracting to everything else, as is the pathway. It feels very close, but just maybe a little twist here, you know, a little movement here could have brought it together a little bit more cohesively.
Thanks, Catherine. Johan, was your hand up? No. Oh, it was. There it is. Hello. Where you go? Thank you.
I'm with Catherine Williams on this one. And it was really actually the stand that's just right behind them, the metal structure. And it just doesn't add anything positive to the image. You know, here you are, you have these lovely romantic bubbles of light, which are quite fantastic, and this happy romantic couple. And then there's this man-made stand there that doesn't speak to the photograph at all. Otherwise, it would have gone quite high, I think.
Thanks, Johan. Catherine Katanek, back to you.
Okay, well, yeah, I'd just like to encourage this photographer, you know, maybe to have a bit of a play with it, get rid of the stand. Catherine, I hear what you're saying about the distractions in the trees. Maybe if this photographer potentially looked at a square crop to get rid of the red on the right there and entered it in a different competition. But, you know, you've got yourself a good bronze, and I think it's well earned, so well done.
Thank you, judges. Please re-enter your scores.
Mm-hmm.
Is it not that one there? Oh. And we have a score of 76, bronze award. Well done. Next image, please. We have a solid bronze on 78. And Jessica would like to challenge that.
I would love to challenge this. Oh my goodness, it's a bride and groom in a crop circle. What's not to love? I just adore this image. As soon as I saw it, it was like, what is happening here? That in itself, I think the imagination given to do this, I think gets it above a bronze. And yeah, I just love the symmetry. I love the placement. It's cool.
Thanks, Jessica. Catherine Kednick?
Yeah, so I gave this a 77. I do agree it's very creative. It's very striking. But it is all about the symmetry, and I'm finding, so if you're looking at the bottom half off to the left there where the horizon line goes up rather than following the circle round as it does on the right, and then that's mirrored. So, you know, this is a category where when it's all about the circles, it could have been fixed and it would have felt a little more cohesive. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I feel like there's this alien thing about to come down and turn them into a sandwich or something. It's quite intriguing. I maybe would have darkened the top half a little bit, but yeah, just wish that they would have taken a bit more care to emphasize. It is all about the circles, and they're a little bit lost there.
Thanks, Catherine. Back to you, Catherine Williams.
I gave this 73. I want to love it, and there's this ambiguity that it's not quite ambiguous enough, and it's, you know, the clouds coming through, the distinctive separation between top and bottom. It feels like it's not fully resolved yet for me, and that's sort of what I'm looking for. I'm looking for to either understand this as it is presented or have it more ambiguous. It just feels not quite there yet in terms of a complete resolution, and so I'm just wondering if in your sum up you can maybe address that.
Thanks, Catherine. And Jessica, summing up.
I cannot address that, but I do hear what everyone's saying, and I do see the letdown and the symmetry there. I think let's just bring it a few more points up. I think it's original and interesting and nothing I've ever seen before.
Great, thank you, judges. Please rescore. Jess, same number for you, please, Jessica. Oh, and we have a 79. So on the cusp again. So judges, please enter a score of either 79 or 80. 79 to keep in bronze, 80 for a silver. And it stays at 79, bronze award. Thank you, judges. Can we have a blank screen, please? Quick judge change. Jessica, thank you for your judging, and we're going to bring Justin back in, please. Thanks, Jessica. All ready to go? Next image, please.
Yeah. Okay.
Jessica, yep, you can jump off. Rocco, are you around? Rocco there. Jacinta's just going to jump off. There he is. Thanks, Rocco.
Running back in the room.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
Thanks, Rocco. And we have a score of 83, a bronze award.
Bronze? Silver, you mean?
Sorry, silver. Oh, Justin, you want to?
Yeah, I'll talk about it. I'll definitely talk about it.
I was raising my hand to challenge it.
Yeah, I'll challenge it as well, actually.
Oh, sorry, you go, Justin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all good, all good. So,
Actually, Justin, Johan can
okay,
challenge, but
all good.
you can't just yet.
Okay, no worries.
But Johan wants to, so
Okay,
sorry.
what a strong image. You've got this triptych of people. There's a man sort of trying to hold him back from whatever, to offer him support, but the hand sort of not the loving kind of caring hand that you kind of get. It's the hand of male to male without showing too much love. The guy expressing his feelings so strongly, and then the guy on the right, how staunch could he be? And the photographers caught this. It's a sensitive moment, caught with such power. The wonderful satin coats, those hats again. It's just such a strong image, and very, very simple, and nicely, tightly cropped and framed. We're not asking for gold. We're just asking for a nice high silver. Or
Thanks,
maybe we are, Justin.
Awesome. Yeah, look, this is and I apologize to the author and to the people if I get this wrong, but I think this is a Orthodox Jewish wedding of Hasidic, and you know, from my knowledge of it, they actually celebrate separately to the females, the males, and I just want to know what's going on here. Like, what is happening? Why are they so sad? I have so many questions. It's so interesting. I echo everything that Johan just said. And I think it's deserved to be that we all have another look at it and we all see if we can get a couple more points for it.
Thanks, Justin. Catherine Williams.
I sort of held back a little bit on 84 and feel that I have been far too timid with that, probably because I really wanted to see it in black and white, but actually it looks great in colour. So I love their expressions. I think there's a huge amount of emotion there. Fantastic that you cannot see the central figure's eyes. You've got all the story that you need through those hands, so I'll definitely be coming up.
Thanks, Catherine. And back to Johan for right of reply.
Thanks for that, Catherine. I feel strongly that this needed to be in colour. The green, the red, the brown, and the black. And it is super strong with the colour that it has. And when you said that it's all in the hands, you're so right. There's the hands, the way they're holding the candles for a start. And then you move into the middle, and there's the way the guy is kind of curling his hand around the other guy's arm, but not actually doing it in an affectionate way, but in an authoritative way. Then there's the guy's hand. And actually, no, I'll go to the guy on the right. You can just see his fingers coming through under the guy's armpit. So the guy looks like he needs to be held up. So it's feeling very emotional. Then you go to the guy in the middle, and his hand's clenched with such force. And then the other hand is showing such a sign of weakness and the crying. This is a very powerful image. I've only given it 88. Jeez, what was I thinking?
Great, passionate words, Johan. Thank you so much. Judges, please re-enter your scores. Johan, you stay the same. I know.
Can't enter a score at the moment, Kate.
Ah,
Is it me or is it?
maybe it's you. Try now.
Trying again. No.
Mm,
Can anybody enter a score?
Everybody except you.
Damn it. Can you enter on my behalf? Because I can't put a number in at all.
Okay, let's just see.
Amazing.
Here we go. We entered that in for you.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll take a look at that. And we have a score of 87, silver with distinction. Congratulations.
Fantastic.
Wonderful. Thank you, judges. Jacinta, do you want to come back in now?
Yep. Thank you.
Thanks, Rocco. Thanks, Jacinta. Next image, please. And we have a bronze award at 76. Congratulations. Catherine Katanak would like to challenge that. Go for it, Catherine.
Yeah, so I gave this an 83 silver. I think this is a beautiful image. It's a very gentle one. The photographer has brought a lot of simplicity to it, and they've framed that couple beautifully. I love the way they just look like a fish, both in the floating of her dress and the leg, but then also the way they're kissing each other with the slightly puckered mouths. When you come in close, they look like two little fish having a kiss. So I think it's kind of cool. And yeah, I mean, it shows the dedication on the behalf of the photographer here and of the couple. And yeah, I just want to give it a low silver.
Thank you, Catherine. Who would like to? Justin, would you like to say something back?
Yeah, look, I'm not far off Catherine. We've seen this a lot. Look, kudos to the photographer. It's an incredibly difficult photograph to get. I guess I was just a bit distracted by the addition of the fact that the rocks were left in the bottom right corner. I thought if you just crop up a little bit off there, it would have given that sense of just being alone in the ocean and not so close to the floor. And that little black bit underneath the Scream's shirt, I don't know what that is. The highlights on his face. So there's just those things. Look, I've awarded it a high bronze for the fact that it is beautiful. It's a lovely shot and it's a difficult photo to achieve. But you know, I'm listening. It's take it up to silver. I'm happy to listen more.
Thanks, Justin. Catherine, looks like it's back to you, Catherine Katanak.
Yeah, cool. I hadn't noticed the little fleck or the rocks. I just thought that was a bit of shadow. They don't detract enough for me to want to come down from my little silver perch. You get it? Perch? It's fish, isn't it?
Nice one.
Thanks, Catherine. That was the end of your, yeah?
That was my finale.
That was awesome. Thank you. Please rescore, judges. And we have a solid bronze at 77. Congratulations. Thank you, judges. Next image, please. And we have a 74.
Can I challenge this one?
Am
I allowed?
No, unfortunately, okay. Yeah.
All right, all good.
But you can say a few words to the photographer.
Yeah, sure. I actually know this venue. I've photographed it a lot of times and it's incredibly dark in this place. I don't even set foot in here at this time of night because, I mean, it's difficult. So I have to congratulate the photographer for even attempting this photo. I guess some feedback would be just to watch that color digital noise in the background. Yeah, but well done.
Great stuff. Thanks, Justin. Next image, please. And we have a score of 79. Catherine Williams would like to challenge that.
Yeah. I gave this 86. Very, very sort of traditional in many ways. She's so elegant. She's so elegant. She's got so much poise and grace. and this fluidity that's coming in through the dress and the trains of the dress, and then this real softness, almost sort of ethereal softness that's coming in through the lake or in the background, and then balanced really nicely with the framing of the trees. We've got detail everywhere we want detail. There's a beautiful palette to it. And when you get in there, you're not disappointed. Her face is quite lovely, very relaxed, and, you know, she looks quite radiant.
Thanks, Catherine. Johan.
Yeah, I saw all those lovely, beautiful elements that you saw, and I thought, yes, I really would have loved this photograph. But can you explain the halo down the side of the right-hand tree? It sort of doesn't seem to fit in with the rest of the beautiful, gracefully, well-controlled image.
Thanks, Johan. Catherine, looks like it's back to you.
You're right, Johan. There is a halo on that tree. However, you did see all those other nice things, so wouldn't it be lovely to see this so close to a silver, and it's got so many other beautiful qualities. So let's just nudge it up a point and get it to silver.
Okay, thanks, Catherine. Judges, please rescore. And we have a silver. Congratulations, 80 points. Scores 80. Well done, judges. Thank you. Good chats. Next image, please.
Whoops.
Johan, is that you whoopsing?
I whoopsed it. It's fine.
Oh, there you go. Thank you. And we have a 74. Sorry, 73. Thank you, judges. Good, consistent judging. Actually, Johan, yeah,
Yep.
you want to say a few things? That'd be
Yep.
awesome. Briefly.
Wonderful, dramatic sky, two very powerful people, but just pay attention to how you pose people's feet. The woman on the left, her feet are sort of posed away from the photograph, and it makes her less involved, seem less involved in the image.
Thanks, Johan. And next image, please. And we have a...
Sorry.
Are we good?
Yeah, good.
We have a 67. Thank you, judges. Who would like to offer a few words of encouragement? Catherine Cadnick, is that your hand up?
Yep.
Thank
Yep.
you.
This is a really beautiful, believable moment, and I just absolutely love that expression on the groom's face. He's right into this. I think to lift this image, just drop the exposure. It feels overexposed, and then just also her hand is quite harsh and distracting down the bottom there. Enjoy the layering though, and yeah, well seen little moment.
Thanks, Catherine. Can we have a blank screen, please? We're going to do a quick judge change. Catherine Williams, you can take a wee break. I know, it's sad. I'm sorry. You can fade away into the background. Go on. Do your fade.
It's not working.
I know, because you can't slide your chair in that room.
No,
Aries.
can't get there.
On carpet.
Oh.
Aries, there he is. Hi, thank you.
Hello.
Next image, please.
Maybe you can see that, Kate. Am I holding it right?
Oh, yes, there we go.
Sorry.
You jump off. Should we just get Catherine back then, just for
Yeah.
a quick?
I probably should have said something before.
That's all right. Catherine, you still there? Oh, there she is.
Yeah, still here.
Thank you. And we have a silver award at 80. And Catherine would like to challenge that. Go for it, Catherine.
So yeah, I gave this 87 silver distinction. This is real creativity and originality here, and I love the graphic that's been created. It makes you. It fits somehow, the whole idea of the kilts and everything, and you're kind of thinking four-leaf clovers or something. I'm going there, and it's also reminding me of this dream that I often have where things just shoot away into the distance and get smaller and smaller. It's quite kind of creepy like that. And then you just get down to those absolutely comical little booties once you get into the centre. Like the photographer has just made them into these tiny wee booties. So I'm enjoying the graphics of this, or kind of the strong diagonal lines coming out to the corners there. Really creative abstract graphic image. So we're already at an 80. Just want to talk about it a bit more.
Thanks, Catherine. Johan, you were nearly there.
Yes, I love the originality of this image. I loved the styling. I loved the form and everything else like that. I gave it an 82. So I'm not against it being a silver. I would have taken it higher, but I got a little bit distracted by the cropping through the buckle of the belt of what seems to be the groom at the front top. And because that character is the most important character in the photograph, I felt that should have been dealt with better. But I still gave it a silver.
Thanks, Johan. Catherine, it looks like it's back to you, Catherine Cadnack.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not really seeing where you're talking about there. I feel like they've got a nice balance on the top and the two sides. You've got the buckles all cropped in equally. So I'm thinking this is really a well balanced, well constructed image. Squares and circles, booties. Maybe if you're not joining me on silver distinction, I'm happy staying there. But let's give this photographer a few more points. They deserve more than an 80 for this.
Thanks, Catherine. Please rescore, judges. And we have an 83.
Oh, thank you.
Solid silver. Congratulations. Thank you, judges. Next print. Oh, Catherine is what? Oh yes, sorry, Catherine. Sorry, off you go.
Thank you.
I have Paul beside me who tells me things when I forget. Thanks, Paul. Okay, next image, please. Johan, have you pressed enter?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's all right.
Oh.
Oh.
I entered a bad thing. Can I unenter that?
Yeah.
There you go. Sorry about that, folks.
Thank you. And we have a score of 70. Who would like to offer a few words of encouragement to the photographer? Aries, thank you so much.
Beautiful color palettes. I quite enjoy the contrast. Just be careful with the posing. Not the nails. Try to take the photo the moment before they kiss each other, rather than seeing their nose bleed into each other. Unless you have a particular reason, try to avoid use off-camera flash from bottom up, because our human eyes are naturally seeing lights coming from above, like heaven. So,
Thanks, Aries. Next image, please. And we have a 92. That is a gold award. Congratulations. Clapping. Fantastic. Who would like to say a quick few words to the photographer? Hands up.
Yep.
Catherine Cadnack, thank you.
Well done.
Yeah,
Fantastic. This photographer has just found this really cool location, and they have worked it, and the bridal party have worked it. Each image is busy, and then, because of the feathery stuff going on in the background, and then the photographer has created this very, very cohesive whole image here. Loving the little blue animals dotted throughout, the color palette here. That is working so well with what the bridal party are wearing, and it just takes your eye around and around and around. And then this choice to create a light hint of a circle in the center there, it's not dominating, but it just adds another level of interest here. I feel like we would just continue to be rewarded if we had more time with this image, but the initial impact is just great. Straight to gold. So well done, very well deserved.
Yes, thanks, Catherine. Congratulations to the photographer. Well done. Next image, please. We have a score of 67. Who would like to say something to Johan? Aries, yes, you can go. Just a brief word. Thank you.
It's such a beautiful location. If you have another chance, try to take it at a different time. But if you don't, just watch out the post-production details. With the naming the groom's shirts has a very strong blue cast. So it can be easily corrected in the post-production.
Thank you, Aries. Next image, please. We have a score of 74. That's a solid professional standard. So well done. Can we have a wee word from maybe Justin?
Yeah, sure. Lovely, lovely photograph, and beautiful timing of the day to photograph. And I just find myself wanting to see a bit more detail, and possibly the bride facing me, and just to be able to appreciate, a little bit more of expression on the face and a little bit more exposure on the couple. If you are going to go for the silhouette look, then maybe try and underexpose a little. You can get a bit more color in the image. But yeah, well done.
Thanks, Justin. Next image, please. Aries, that's your red card. It looks like a balloon. Aries, you can stop, hop off, and yeah, Rocco, are you about?
Hello.
Yeah, oh, there he is. He's already there. Thank
Yeah.
you. Good stuff. Thank you, judges. And we have a bronze award at 79.
Yeah, I'll talk about this.
With that. You want to challenge that?
Yeah, I'd like to challenge it. I actually, I put it up in the gold category. I absolutely love this image. I just feel so awesome when I look at it. Like, these guys are just sitting in this. I've been taken back to like the 1950s here, I think, with this vehicle. And then I look around and I'm seeing ASB. I'm seeing a surveillance camera, which I think has just been so perfectly positioned there to let you understand the difference between the old and new. They're in the snow. I actually initially thought that this guy was sitting in the front seat with his bride, and then I look properly and I see he's actually in the back seat, and the couple are beautifully lit amongst everything else that's going on. I realize I got some hard work to do here, but let's talk about this. I think I think we need to look at this a little bit longer.
Johan, I see you. Thank you.
Yes, I thought, wow, what a fabulous, romantic, beautiful image. Here they are stuck on the tram lines, and she's coughing, he's reaching around, and then the photographer left his flash in the photograph. I can't believe they did that. And her. And for that big no-no, I feel very disappointed. So I gave it a bronze because I think there's a lovely nostalgic feel to it, especially with the falling stuff. But yeah, I would have taken that out.
Okay, thanks, Johan. Rocco, you'd like to say a few words?
Yeah, look, initially I had the same thoughts as Johan's, and there's an element of believability that just isn't there. I mean, where is the light coming from inside the car? Why is it there? If light is present in the picture, I would have loved to have seen, especially in this scenario, maybe something outside illuminating the car inside. If we are going to add flash, we've got to try and blend it as much as we possibly can with the environment to give us that level of believability. Furthermore, when you look at the bonnet of the car, we can actually see the reflection of the flash being bounced off the ceiling of the car, which kind of then breaks away the illusion of the moment that and the believability once again. So for me, it falls short on a lot of levels.
Thanks, Rocco. Justin, looks like it's back to you.
Yeah, no, thanks for that, guys. It's good chat. Look, I don't see her as coughing. I feel like, when I first looked at it, I thought, okay, why is her hand like that? And then I thought, like, it looks like, if you look at the expression on his face, it's as if he's just said something and she's having a little chuckle. And, I love the moment. I quite like how the couple are lit and the fact that we don't really know, where that light's coming from. But yeah, look, I feel like it deserves more than a bronze. If you're not going to join me that high up, at least let's sneak it into silver.
Thanks, Justin. Please rescore, judges. Johan? Enter. Thank you. And we have an 81, so that's a silver award. Well done, congratulations. Thank you, judges. Next image, please.
You want me to stay or am I going back to?
Oh, sorry, yes.
Sorry, I'll go.
Aries, you come back in. Thanks, Rocco.
Thank you, Rocco.
Thanks, Aries. Johan, would you like to just have a word? Thank you.
Just wanted to be an influencer.
Yes, I see. And we have a bronze award at 75. Congratulations. Aries, did you want to say, or are you just rubbing your eye?
Oh, no, I'm just rubbing my eyes.
A few words of encouragement.
Yeah, sure. It's a beautiful image, certainly with lots of impact. Just watch out the finesse in the image, namely the overexposed highlights of the water. Just tone that down, or use other tools. Also, watch out for the cyan/blue cast in the shadow. That actually hurts the image a bit. And also watch out when you are using the mask, because I can almost see the waterfall coming out of her dress. That's kind of distracting as well.
Thanks, Aries. Can we have the next image, please? And we have a bronze award at 75. Yes, we're happy with that. Fantastic. Well done. Congratulations, bronze award. Johan, do you want to say a few things?
Yeah, I did really like this image. I guess I would have quite liked to see just a little bit more of the foreground. So you got that whole curved arch reflected in the water on the ground. Yeah, that's all I was going to say.
Thanks, Johan. Fabulous. Next image, please. And we have a score of 74. Thank you, judges. Aries, you just want to offer some advice?
Yeah, the pose doesn't necessarily work for a silhouette type of image. Considering changing the pose or adding an off-camera flash.
Great advice. Thanks, Aries. Next image, please. And we have an 83, a silver award. We're all good with that. Thank you, judges. Congratulations, we have a silver award. Well done. Jacinta, would you like to?
Yeah, I love this. It's got great impact, great tonal range, very powerful yet very majestic and serene at the same time. So I thought it was absolutely beautiful. I wouldn't change anything. Congratulations to the photographer. It's beautiful.
Thanks, Jacinta. Next image, please. And we have a bronze award at 77. And congratulations to the photographer. Well done, bronze award. Catherine, do you want to say a couple of wee words to the photographer?
Yeah, well done. There's just a wonderful energy in this shot. The expressions are just fantastic. I guess maybe if the bride had also been in focus, it could have even gone higher. Really great capture. Well done. It makes you smile.
Beautiful. Thanks, Catherine. And next image, please. And we have a 79.
We're allowed to challenge?
Catherine Kashnak is allowed to challenge.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just, I gave this 84, so thank goodness I didn't go 83.
Just sweet then.
Yeah, great to have a chance. I mean, I suppose it was on the cusp. We'd need to rescore anyway, but I'm glad we get to talk about it first. Well done to this photographer. The whole split image thing, the boys and the girls, I think this has been really well handled. Love the little moments on each side. You know, it's not just a clever use of technique here, but there's little stories going on there, you know, with the wee boy on the left there just trying to make his getaway. And I just love the expression on the guy's face, and that hand just clamped on the arm. He's just like fed up, had enough. This is like pre-wedding stress here. And then just this beautiful moment on the right with the women. Yeah, it's gone straight to a high bronze. Let's talk about it, maybe get it into silver for this photographer.
Thanks, Catherine. Who else would like to? Jacinta, thank you.
Yeah, I think it's a great moment too. I think what's holding me back is I have seen something like this quite a few times before, and just in the groom's room, that highlight from the window is just completely blown, and we're losing all the details there except for the top quarter of the window, which sort of drags it down a little bit. So that's what brought it right down out of the silver range for me. Yeah, so I don't know if we can address that.
Thanks, Jacinta. Johan.
I feel that it's potentially a really good image. The highlight is a problem. And I feel that if the photographer could have just gone over another smidge and got all of the guy who's standing against the edge of the wall there in, and then got rid of that thin white line on the other side, on the bride's side, it would have just sort of balanced it out better so that you had virtually a mirror of the doorways happening. That would have given it a very strong sense of balance. Yeah.
Thanks, Johan. Catherine, back to you for writer reply, please.
Yeah, those are very minor points to me. There's plenty of that guy's face, and I hadn't even noticed the thin white line. It's so thin. And you know, the highlight, my eye doesn't go there. I see what you're saying, Jacinta, about there being a lack of detail, but I don't really need detail out that window there anyway. My eye, because of the energy in that little boy's body and they're trying to tear away, that my attention stays exactly where the photographer wants it. So yeah, I think maybe being a bit picky here, give it a silver.
Catherine, judges, please rescore. Congratulations, we've gone up a point and we have a silver award at 80. Well done. Thank you, judges. Great chats. Well done. And blank screen, please, Mike. That is the end of our category, wedding open category for this afternoon. Thank you so much to our judges. You guys are amazing. I love every one of you.
Thanks, Kate.
Thank you.
Whoop, whoop.
Happy
Yeah,
birthday.
Thank you to the audience for tuning in. I don't know what else you'll be doing on a Sunday afternoon, so thanks for being here. And our sponsor, we have Edges Art and Frame. Thank you so much for sponsoring this wonderful category, based in Havelock North in the Sunny Hawke's Bay, edgesworkshop.co.nz. So go check out their website. And there's a huge team like behind the scenes here. So you see me, I have two sidekicks on either side of me telling me stuff and whispering in my ear and bringing me coffee. And then also in various parts of the countries, we have other people. So Mike, thank you so much, Mike. He's been behind the scenes doing all the work behind the scenes, putting up the slideshows. Next image, please. That's all him. Tracy, Kay, and Jan Marie are. Where are they? They're in Tauranga. They're in Tauranga. Rotorua. And Paul and Shah are here with me in Christchurch. And Mike, where's Mike? Where did we decide he was? Oh, he's in Palmerston North. Harry? Oh, and Harry's in Auckland. Harry's not allowed to leave his house. Thank you guys for all your efforts behind the scenes. You do a fabulous job. Love yous all. Now, we're back at 6 o'clock for the illustrative. Is it illustrative or illustrative? Can someone just clear that up? Is it illustrative? Back at 6 o'clock for the illustrative category. I can't say that word. I don't know if I'm panel chairing that one. Thank you. Mike, I think you do something.
Cheers, guys. See ya.